Hello, my love. If you have been in a season of contraction, if you have been in a season of introspection, of really pulling within, of feeling, of alchemizing, of shifting timelines, of feeling timelines almost collapse, of having past life memories, you are right on time, because this was exactly what the energy was calling on us over this last month, of really shedding, of healing ancestral wounds, of really going within, seeing patterns, seeing old belief systems that no longer we're taking into the future with us. And so we were pulled to go within, to go to dense energies and dense dimensions in order to alchemize and heal those lifetimes. And we have shifted. As of today, we have shifted. I am not an astrologer, but I heard from an astrologer that we have just shifted. Venus has moved into Gemini, which is meant to call for clarity on April 24th, today. So we have shifted into a lighter energy, a more playful energy, and a clarifying energy of moving out of the fog. And even I have felt that shift today, and I have myself moved out of the fog. And what I realized as I shifted, I woke up with that feeling of like, I'm ready. I have felt, I have emotionally processed. I allowed the memories to arise, not only in this lifetime, but in previous lifetimes. I allow myself to feel the overwhelm of emotion to move through my body, to overwhelm my physical form so I can truly feel the depths of human emotions and allow that to move through me so I can release. And seeing the patterns and the lessons of the illumination of what I repeated in this life, and moving out of a place of being a victim to those, but seeing my power in that, and seeing how I'm shifted and how I've already shifted, not feeling the heaviness and the contraction and going into a survival mode, but truly feeling, alchemizing. This is integration of soul aspects. And what I felt this morning was this knowing of I'm ready to lift out of the fog. And I am sharing my personal experience where what I first did was I thought, let's look at this from a logical point, from a mind. And as soon as I shifted, I felt that distortion. That's not out of the fog, because when I shifted into moving from the, just in the density, but moving into the mind, that is still connected to these heavier 3D realities, these dense energies, and that dimension that has distortions. And so I was looking at it from that place, and I'm like, mm-mm. And so what I did was I lifted my frequency, my energy, and I moved up into a higher frequency, looking at it from a higher perspective. So how I do my energy work, I zoomed out above my own self, and I zoomed out, connecting to more of a 5D dimension and reality, which is releasing of the distortions. And as soon as I lifted my vibration, I shifted into the higher octaves, higher frequency, it's like every part of my being exhaled. And I saw it with clarity. I saw my journey with clarity. I saw the beauty in it. I saw why it felt so heavy and so thick and dense, and the fog of just what I was going through and what I needed to experience and feel to move through. And as soon as I lifted out of that lower vibration, I realized that I was in a low vibration, and now I've raised my vibration and shifted into that higher dimension reality so I can see with clarity. then my mind started to kick in and being like, you just lowered your vibration. You shouldn't do that. And immediately I knew that is not truth. I had to do exactly as I did, and it was perfect because it was what is. And I needed to be in that lower frequency, in that lower dimension, in order to alchemize those past lives, those memories, because that is where that happened. It was in those lower frequencies, lower dimension, that I had those experiences, and I had to be in that and allow myself to feel that heaviness in order to heal, to alchemize those experiences. And so it is neither good nor bad, it's just what is. And I can see such beauty in moving through that, because it would be so easy to shift in survival mode, being connected to that heavy reality where scarcity and survival is the only way to live. It would be so easy to bypass truly just feeling and moving and allowing it to be, and to be heavy and uncomfortable. And I realized that that survival mode is a way of bypassing feeling these deep emotions, these lower vibrational emotions that are very heavy for us to move through. And there's such a beauty seeing that with higher perspective, of seeing the beauty of just what I transversed through and what I allowed myself to feel through, and where I did not slip into old patterns of bypassing. I did not slip into old patterns of feeding into the collective scarcity survival energy that is attached to that reality. And so if this is what you're experiencing and you are moving through, you are right on time. It is perfect. And when you feel that knowing within self, you're ready. You have felt, you've moved through, because that is up to your choice as to how long you're needing to stay in there in order to feel all that needs to arise, all that you're ready to move through. The time frame is up to you. And the longer that we do not allow ourselves to feel, the longer that we're kind of in that cycle of introspection. The more that we just like melt and just like sink into those heavy emotions, the faster that we kind of process and alchemize those emotions and actually transform them into light. And so if you are ready, if you're like, yes, I'm ready to move out of this fog. I have felt all that I needed to. I've learnt all that I needed to. Shift your frequency and connect to your higher version, to your higher self, to your higher chakras. And that is when you can not look from the mind, but start to connect to those higher dimensional realities. And so you can zoom out over yourself and see with clarity of what that gave you, if you are feeling that pull in you already. And know that if this is what you've been experiencing, it is perfect. It is beautiful. It is what is, because we are currently in this massive awakening. We are needing to alchemize at as fast a speed all these past lives, all these versions of us that were in those dense realities. And so that is why so much is happening at a speedier pace in this moment, because we are shifting. Gaia's frequency is shifting. We are shifting on a collective level. And so what I felt within myself was the perfection of feeling and deep gratitude in feeling the depths and the array, and seeing with clarity the reality of which that I choose to live in and that I am stepping into, and really anchor that even more, because once you pull out of the fog and you connect to that energy and that frequency, that's when you see with that is when you see with clarity the world that you're stepping into. And that's when you're like, okay, I ready. I am ready because that's more parts of your soul, fragments that has been alchemized, shifted, and you're changing your physical form. You're changing the frequency of your body as you go through these stages, as you go through these processes, as you just allow yourself to move with freedom, the breath of life, of the contraction and the expansion. And we just neither judge, and feeling that neutrality of just allowing it to be and it to flow through us with more freedom is the pathway of freedom. And so if this is what you are experiencing, you are not alone, and you are right on time, and it is perfect. And just allow yourself to be. Allow yourself to be in your own timeline. Allow yourself to be in your own internal process, and just allow yourself to be the beautiful version of you that has the capacity to feel emotions be extending beyond physical form. Because when we truly feel our emotions, it is actually bigger than our physical body. And that is why we have been stuck in cycles of not feeling, because our light, our energy field extends beyond our physical form. And so to feel the full array of emotions and to allow it to fill your whole field, not just your body, it is overwhelming because it is beyond physical. It is beyond your physical body. And so when you actually allow yourself to feel the full depths of the magic of human emotions, even the good ones of love and happiness, of joy, to really feel the full depths of that actually is overwhelming to the physical body, because when we allow it to extend beyond and to actually fill our whole energetic field, we do not realize that we were actually holding on and contracting and resisting ourselves from actually feeling the whole spectrum, the full depths of every emotion. And that is beautiful, to allow yourself to feel that, because that is what we are here to do in this human experience. We are here to truly feel in the depths of our heart, of our frequency, and allow it to extend beyond our physical form. And that is why we, on a nervous system level, begin to contract when we're feeling fearful of feeling the overwhelm of emotions. And so our body, our physical body, contracts, responding to our energetic body, to our nervous system. And our nervous system says, too much, I'm not ready, I'm afraid. And so the physical body contracts. And so the emotions are contained. But when you almost like melt into them, you soften into them, they wash through you with more potency, but in a way that they're almost more gentler, because there isn't that oppositional energy. There isn't this like, and we're trying to like push it back down, that's too much. But we're just like, whoo. And in that whooshing of allowing emotions to move through us, often it's because we have a visceral response. Tears come, even in love. The tears just flow, and we're used to being told to contain, because that is what's comfortable in the vaster population of society, of being like, we don't want to be emotional, because to feel the full depths is to be overwhelmed and to have an emotional response, whether that is grief and anger or just love and happiness. The expression is very big in all of the array. But that is because it is meant to be, and that is because we've moved out of this really dense reality where they rejected feeling the full depths because it was too overwhelming. But we are shifting, we are changing, we are creating a new reality where we just get to feel. And that was the deep gratitude in my heart. I felt tears of emotion, of deep love and gratitude for myself in the capacity to feel. That felt magic and beautiful when I really seen it from a higher perspective, as I actually felt so much love in my heart for me to feel, and for my ability to feel the depths of emotion, because that is something to be deeply grateful for. So if you are in the heaviness and the fog, in the grief and the anger and the sadness, and you are feeling the depths of it, that is beautiful. Because what comes on the other side when you are ready in your time to move out and shift your vibration and come back to your essence, to your higher self, is that's when you feel the full depths of the love and the happiness and the joy within you. And that's the magic of being human. And that is a gift. So, my love, if this is where you are right on time. And allow yourself to go through the process in your own time. It does not have to be in anyone else's timeline, but just be you. And I send you so much love, and I'm here with you.